Hey guys, and welcome back to Unstop Gaming Family. Now, this video specifically, after seeing the display that is there on your page, you would have noticed that this is specifically for the Northern Expedition Canadian difficulty quest. We have already completed from week 1 to 4, and right now I'll be guiding you through which champs that you can actually specifically use for each week and what nodes are there. Without further ado, let's go in. We'll be going into the first quest, first one. Now, when you go into first quest, on the top left corner, we have the path named as buffed, which says that the defender takes 100% less damage if the attacker has less than 3 buffs. So, if the attacker has less than 3 buffs, then you will not be able to deal any damage at whatsoever. And the second one is rich gets richer, so you get 8% of power every second with each unique buff that you get. So we need a champ here who can actually gain a lot of buffs. Venom can be an MVP here. Champs, basically, it's all tech champs. So if you bring in any cosmic champ, they will be able to help you out. Most of the cosmic champ does gain a lot of buffs, but there are a few who stands out. Champs like Venom or Medusa or Captain Marvel movie. Venom gets a lot of buffs throughout the fight. So as in when you go through the fight, and even with the SP2, he can deal some pretty good amount of damage. Medusa can also help you against the Dark Hawk, and the Nebula, shutting their ability accuracy or everything whatsoever, and also dealing a pretty good amount of damage with the SP2 after the SP1 or after Armor Shatter. Again, the Captain Marvel movie is more like a heavy game, and once you get those Furies going, should be a cakewalk. Then you can also use Annihilus, Phoenix, and Hyperion. Now, to use Annihilus, you have to be a little, you have to play a little aggressively. So what you have to do is, as in when you go through the fight, when you're approaching SP2, make sure that you get at least 4 to 5 armor breaks on the opponent. And once you get those armor breaks with the SP2, you can get that much amount of Furies. It's basically not the armor break conversion, but it's like the more amount of obliterate debuffs that you get on the opponents, the more Furies you get. So with that Fury, you can deal some very good amount of damage. VTD and Hela. VTD I wouldn't recommend because it's like you need to ramp up the fight with a lot of buffs, and then only then you'll be able to use him. But it's like you have to use the VTD fully and get to the SP3 and again use it in the SP3. You cannot use any other SPs whatsoever because it will not deal any damage. Hela is very complicated. If you're a very skilled person and if you do not have any other options, you can go with Hela, like maintaining those charges and getting the Furies with the SP1. But the more number of Furies that you get, the charges drops very quickly. Coming to Gamora is pretty simple. Just use the 4-hit, 3-hit, and 2-hit combo to gain the Furies and the cruelty or the procession buffs, and then you can just simply whack the opponent. Kamala Khan, it's more like SP1 spam. That's it. Like the more number of SPs you spam, the more number of Furies you get, and that's how you can deal some good amount of damage. Groot needs to be duped to get those number of buffs with the SP1. Again, I wouldn't recommend because it doesn't deal much amount of damage. If you wish, or if you like the long fighting, and if you also wish to flex your muscle, maybe trying out a few fights and champs which can actually suit the path, you can do it. Same goes with the King Groot. You can also use Modo. For Modo, it's basically the parry and heavy game. Like you have to parry the opponents and hold your heavy for that much amount of time to get all those Fury buffs, and then you can deal some pretty good amount of damage. If you are running suicides, I guess Ghost will be the best option that you can get, because with the poison and the bleed debuff being converted to Furies and the procession, or cruelty, I guess, because I don't know much about Ghost, but it converts them to I guess it converts to cruelty. So you can get those buffs and then parry and heavy a few times to get those Fury and cruelty and possession running and deal some awesome amount of damage. Civil War, it's simple. Try spamming the SP1 and get those armor ups to start dealing the damage, and the fights would be long with Civil Warrior. Guardian, again, you have to ramp up a bit to get those armors up. Red Skull, you can simply start the fight with those armor ups and go in and start dealing the damage. With Crossbones, you have to spam a lot of SP1s to get the Furies going. Crossbones can actually be very handy. And then Aegon is a little complicated. It actually requires a specific play style. For example, with Aegon, you have to get through 10 to 20 hits to get all the buffs or the abilities going on, and then you have to heavy the opponent in such a way that the opponent should hit you for you to gain those 6 Furies and deal some good amount of damage. With Colossus, Colossus starts with 4 armor up, so there's nothing that you can do. I mean, there's nothing that you have to do. Old Man Logan, the more number of hits you hit the opponent, it gains a passive bleed, which actually doesn't bleed out the Old Man Logan, but the passive bleed converts to the Furies when you actually use any SPs. Now, all of these champs you can use for one specific path, and if you want me to help you out in any fight, or if you're having problem with any fight whatsoever, or you want me to do this path with any particular champ or set of champs, let me know. I'll make sure that I'll make a video and help you guys out. Now, moving on to the next one. We have here, let me just open up the note for you guys. On the bottom right corner, we have the power burn focus and the aspect of evolution. So the node reads as whenever the defender fills a bar of power, they raise their attack, the armor, the crit rating, critical resistance, block penetration, combat power rate, and ability accuracy attributes by 5% for the remainder of the fight. So here you actually need some very good damage dealers, to be honest, because you have to finish the fight a lot faster, and very high damage dealers could be Covers, or you can use Venom, or you can use champs like Hyperion, Medusa, Annihilus with SP2 again. There are various lists of champs that you can use for this particular path. All you have to do, make sure, is that you actually do not let them fill the bar of power more than 7 times. Now, coming on to the bottom left corner, we have a resistor path, which says when struck with an energy attack or a physical attack, activates a corresponding resistant buff. Like they gain the resistant buff, energy, and the physical resistant buff. Here, I would suggest you to use any mystical champs, because what happens here is that mystical champs can actually nullify those buffs, and you can get a very huge amount of power if you have the MD mastery on. That is mystical dispersion. So champs like Doom stands out, being the most powerful MVP. Even the Symbiote Supreme can help you out. Even the Venom can as well, because what Venom does is Venom and Venom Pool, they actually nullify, and also the Kamala Khan, they actually nullify the buffs with the SP1. So that can also help you out in clearing the path. Because there are all we have all the cosmic champs, you can use your mystical champs. It's not compulsion that you have to use any mystical champs, but if you do not have any specific champs in this, you can use any champs whatsoever, doesn't matter, because it's basically like they normally gain the buffs, and you can go through them simply like how you do for normal other champs, and it's not much of a hype here. Now, apart from that, I don't think there is anything on this site. So let's just go to the section 2 here, or the week 2, that is True Patriot. Let's move into True Patriot. I'll just select any team whatsoever and just go in there, and then we are moving to True Patriot here. We have 3 paths. We have 3 nodes here. One is a normal, and the other nodes are on the top left corner. We have poison, caltrops, and bleed immunity. Now, there's one champ which I don't remember any other champ apart from this champ that can actually deal bleed and also is poison and bleed immune. The one champ will be the Ultron. Ultron will be the MVP here, because with the bleed vulnerability, you can deal some 200% of your normal damage. So Ultron will really help you out with those bleeds. When you get those bleeds on the opponent, they can you will be dealing a lot more damage than you usually do. That is 200%. And also the breakthrough node will also help you out. Now apart from that, we have you can also use any other champs which has a dual immunity, like Sentinel, Nebula, Vision, Ghost. Converting those Ghost specifically, because you can convert those poison and bleeds with facing into your cruelty and furies. And then you can also use Guillotine 2099 or the Dark Hawk. You can also use Mr. Sinister. The reason why I wrote the second MVP here for Mr. Sinister is that he has a lot of uses. Some might feel that Mr. Sinister is not that good, or doesn't have all the utilities, but to be honest, he is a very good champ. Whenever you get those poisons and bleeds on you, you can actually use or spam SP1s to transfer to your opponent and then deal a very good amount of damage because you have the bleed vulnerability here. Apart from that, you can also use Iceman, Omega, Dormammu, and Black Widow Clairvoyant. There was one more champ that I was thinking about who can deal a bleed and also can help you out, but Clairvoyant can also help you with the first phase here. She will be the second MVP, but then it's a very complicated thing to use Clairvoyant here, because you have to. She starts the fight with the bleed immune, and then you have to hit the 4-hit combo to get to the poison immune, and then back to the incinerate, and then come back to bleed immune again, because you will be getting a lot of bleeds with the Caltrops, and you don't have to actually. You cannot move or dash backwards a lot more times because you might actually die with the bleed. So Clairvoyant, again, it's complicated. I wouldn't suggest, but still, if you have no options, then yeah, why not? Times like these require a great skills to get through. So again, the same thing I'll say, if you are having any problem with any of those champs, then you can let me know and I'll make a video on it and also help you out. Wasp, I basically used my Iceman to get through, because Iceman helped me out in getting through Wasp, like Perry and Heavy. Now coming on the bottom left corner, we have here the disc track and the Buffet. The disc track path is let me read it out for you. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, before moving to this track, we'll first move to the bottom right corner, that is Power Shield and Power Reserve path. All of them are skill champions, and let me just show you the note quickly. The Power Shield says that the attacker, when attacked, deals gets no power, but when actually you go with the SPs, you deal 400% of your damage. So you can use any champ whatsoever which can deal heavy damage with the SP 1 or 2, and that can help you out. Champs like Doom, Nick Fury, Covers, Venom, Medusa, Hyperion, Annihilus, Colossus, Sunspot, Red Hulk. For Red Hulk, you can simply spam SP1, even though you have a class disadvantage, but it still will help you out. Coming to the disc track path, the disc track says the defender takes 100% less damage when they have less than 3 debuffs applied on them. So here I used the Nick Fury to deal the damage, basically deal the debuffs. You don't have to worry about the Buffet, because when you get more hits, you actually do some pretty awesome damage due to breakthrough node, which will actually help you out. You can also use other champs like I wouldn't suggest you using the Cosmic champ. The reason being that the long shot or the magic or the champs that we have here will in short use those your buffs in their own advantage, like if you get just one shot with any of the SP shot with long shot against a long shot, you can get wrecked totally. You can use Luke Cage thing or Ghost again, Star-Lord or Hulkbuster. Champs are pretty easy. Blade would again stand as an MVP here. I did use Nick Fury because I don't have a Blade. I haven't entered the Blade name here, but Blade would be an MVP here against the Magic and the Dormammu. Also, he can be very useful with the Ghost synergy, Ghost Rider synergy. So that's it, guys, from us for the week 2. Let's quickly move out on from week 2 to and go to week 3. Now, coming to week 3, in week 3 we have okay. So in week 3 we have in total of 4 nodes here, and if we go to the top right corner, sorry, we have a bleed and the toxicant and the poison vulnerability. Many of you don't know about this, but here the Man-Thing is an MVP. The reason being that is that I mean, I wouldn't actually worry about the toxicant, because if you don't get hit, it doesn't matter, and even if you get hit, it's like 20% of the chance. So not likely for you to get poison right away. So you basically need a bleed immune champ. Man-Thing will be an MVP here with the King Root synergy, because with King Root synergy you can simply parry the opponent and deal some awesome amount of damage from the poison. And with the damage, you can simply start the fight and deal some good amount of normal damage with after inflicting the poison, because it has a poison vulnerability. Now, on the top left corner, we have All or Nothing path and the improved power gain path. You can also, here champs like a champ that actually drains a lot of power. You can, champs that drains a lot of power you can use here. Champs like Doom, Magic, Dormammu, Symbiote Supreme, Black Widow Clairvoyant. Even though I wouldn't suggest you. Okay. Sorry. That was in week 4. So you can use all these champs to drain power. Symbiote Supreme will be a very complicated champ to be used here. The reason being that you have to bring in the Venom synergy to start the path with 1 bar of power. Even though I wouldn't suggest you using any mystical champ, because here against the Bishop and the Havoc you will get wrecked. So rather you can simply use Hulkbuster or Stark Spidey or Dr. Octopus, Waller, Guillotine 2099. If you have Quake, no problem at all. You can simply Quake them out. You can also use Spider-Gwen. With Spider-Gwen, you can spam SP1 and make sure that they don't get power at all. We can also use Luke Cage. The way that you can use Luke Cage is that it has to be duped. So whenever you get hit by SP1, you can make sure that you do not deal any damage. And after when you get hit by SP3. And then once you come back from the SP3, you have to play around for a while to make sure that you get the indestructible node again back. Now, coming to even the Hawkeye can be used as well. Coming to the other side of the map, 1 second. Yeah, so coming to the bottom left corner, we have a node which says Caustic Temper and Chaos. You can ignore the chaos, and basically you need poison immune champs like Medusa will be the MVP here, and the Hyperion. The reason being that they deal a lot more damage. But I guess champs like Hyperion and Nebula, champs like Hyperion specifically will be an MVP here, because we have only the tech champions, and you can simply start with the Hyperion heavy game and then go on getting through the fights a lot easier. You can also use other champs like Captain Marvel movie, Captain Marvel OG, the original Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Black Bolt, Kamala Khan, Ronan. You can also use Red Hulk or the original Hulk, because basically all the poison immune champs you can use it here. With the Black Widow Clairvoyant, you have to go through the second phase when you're poison immune. Coming to the bottom right corner of the map, it's buff toggle and with the arc overload. Here what the thing here is that the arc overload is like whenever it gets an unstoppable buff, and if you're okay with the unstoppable, because you will get approximately the time of 6 seconds between the next Unstoppable. So champs like Doom and who can actually nullify those buffs, like champs like Doom, Simir Supreme, Venom are MVPs here, because they can simply Venom or Venom Pool as well. They can simply nullify those buffs and make your fights a lot easier. Now I'll be moving the video here on the left hand side, and to make sure that you have a very good view of the buff toggle other champ that I've listed. Now moving on to the week 4 Glorious and Free. I'll simply enter the Glorious and Free and let you know what things that we have in here. We have total of 4 parts. Basically, those are buffed up, which gets richer. Power Shield and Distract and Resistor that we have already encountered in another weeks. But there are a few complications here. If you see on the top left corner, we have a Power Shield. That means that you deal 400% damage with your SPs, and also Power Reserve. I would suggest you guys using any Mutant champ here, because there are 2 champs which against Mutant they do not get more charges, or they do not deal any degeneration debuff. So I actually used Nick Fury against Nick Fury and Elsa Bluster. It was very complicated fight. You can check it out in my other video. Coming back to the right side of the path, it's again the buffed. Medusa again will be the MVP here, and then we come back to the resistor path. Again the personal space like champs like Dooms and stuff. Okay, the most complicated fight in this particular week would be against the Man-Thing. Because here we have the nodes as Distract and the Buffet. Against the Man-Thing, only 2 champs can defeat Man-Thing solo. I cannot promise for any other champ, and if I don't know, you can always let me know in the comment section below. 2 champs which are Hyperion and Nebula. Hyperion, you have to make sure that you spam lots and lots of SP1s and deal pretty good amount of damage. Perian heavy a lot to make sure that you gain a lot of Furies, and those Furies deal some good amount of damage as an Incinerate debuff. You can also use Nebula to make sure that you shock the opponent, get those shocks going on, build up those 20 shocks, and then simply use the Peri and the SP to get the things done. Apart from that, there is no other champ that can solo. You have to use a revive. Even I use it against, using Void against them, because at that point of time I did not think about it. Apart from that, I don't think there is anything much important here. You can also use other champs which can deal some good amount of debuffs to get through it, but the Man-Thing fight, only those 2 champs can solo it. If you want me to make a video on it, please let me know in the comment section below. That's it guys from us. I hope this guide has helped you out, and will or might help you out in getting your strategies up and selecting the champs whatsoever that you may want, or you can select any of those. And thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. We need all the support that we can get to grow. I just hope that you guys are safe at home and you guys are doing good. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you guys for watching. If you haven't checked out our previous videos, then the videos will be seen on all over the screen. You can watch them, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and until we meet the next time, peace.